Why? Why did you do this? What level am I at? I'm calling you. I'm calling you. I'm calling you, mate. Jesus Christ. Hey.
Jeez.
Jeez. I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Why?
Because you teleported me.
Because I was gonna die.
Okay. I hate you. I was freaking like 2,000 blocks away.
You're welcome.
No, 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 I hate you. I was freaking killing cows. I was in my own little world and was rubbing off my own urine, and now I'm in a cave. And it sucked because you teleported me, and there was a creeper right in front of me, and I'm like, oh, and I was getting like 1 frame a second. I'm like, all right, I'm dead. Honestly, surprised I didn't die. As soon as the steak
You had
cooks,
full
I'm
iron.
out of here. I'm out of here, mate. I'm outie.
Well, I appreciate you saving my life against your will.
Yeah. Thanks, because I almost died because of the goddamn creeper.
Thank you.
Literally teleported me, had 1 FPS, stopped recording for a second to refresh my frames, got destroyed by him. Honestly surprised I didn't die.
Are you genuinely mad at me, man?
I mean, I'm not mad, but frustrated. Frustrated. People say I say that word weird.
You say it frustrated sometimes.
Frustrated, frustrated, who cares? You know. All depends on how I'm feeling, you
Yeah.
know? YOLO. YOLO Bolo. I gotta
Oh
get
my
back
gosh,
where
I'm
it
still
was.
not caught up.
I don't know, there should be no mobs there, you know? One blew up right in my goddamn face, so should be good.
Well, you're welcome.
I don't even know what the goddamn entrance is now. Okay.
You're lost forever in this cave.
I'm fucking tunnel out. I don't give a shit. In my cave. Tunnel out, man. I don't give a fuck. Come on, water, please. Ugh. Do I even have any sounds on? It doesn't even sound like I have any sounds on. Alright. Great bait.
Oh.
Let's find a way
Oh
out of
my
here.
gosh.
And that is a freaking skeleton. And a spider. I got a bow. Nice. Nice. That is a way up, I think. Maybe? No, it's dead end. God damn. Kraken, where did you come from? And don't even say your mother. Don't even say your mother. I will
I don't
murder
even
your
know,
family.
man. I teleported to RK and I'm still where I'm teleported to.
This cave is too big.
No, I like big caves.
I mean, I like big caves too, and I cannot lie, but I
Dude,
mean,
big caves are like my favorite part of the game. I'm not even joking.
I'm going in a goddamn loop now.
Oh yeah, I'm in the place again. Good. Freaking
Freaking
skeleton.
don't. What? I'm so
What?
confused. I'm so
Why?
confused because I just came from level 43 and I'm on level 48, and I felt like I've gone up like 10 blocks.
In reality, you're on level 69. That's the truth.
You know, I wish. Hell, I'm gonna be like A 420. Oh my god, this cave! I'm tunneling up. I don't even care anymore. God damn it!
I
I'm
heard an
stealing this iron.
explosion.
No, it's not me.
It must have been me. I must have gotten exploded.
You must be
Shoot!
dead.
I just made like all these torches and I lost. Ah,
Really?
leg. Ah, I'm getting dead. Getting wrecked.
Getting
Oh jeez.
shreked. You know what's great? Not having school tomorrow.
You're lucky.
February vacation, mate. It's
I
great.
never get that.
You're home every day. Doesn't even matter. Like, it literally does not matter if you have school or not, because
But I
you...
still have to do the work, and that's the
Okay,
part.
yeah, but it doesn't matter. You're at home. I'd rather be at home and do the work than actually go to school.
Yeah.
You're goddamn lucky.
Well.
Fucking stupid
Yeah.
old ghetto kids. Oh, they piss me off. They piss me off.
Yeah, dude, it's all the fakes around here. Like, I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends in school because I do a ton of stuff that's like, I make sure that I actually get social interaction and things.
Mhm.
And like, freaking, there's so many people who are just total fake. Can't even stand it.
I can't stand ghetto people.
I have not had very much experience with them, although
Yeah.
I tend to get along with all different kinds. So I don't know.
I mean, I don't think you would. There's been kids who I walk by them in the hallways and they literally have like snapback weed 420 on their shirts. It's just like, really? Like that's our next generation, really?
No, that's the the wasted section of the next generation. Is what that is.
Mm.
They will not be the ones remembered if they continue along that path.
They don't do anything. Like all they do is just, oh, dude, I'm cool because I smoke weed. All right, cool. You're barely gonna pass high school. Like,
Maybe not even.
yeah, some of them probably won't even. There's only like 300 kids in my graduating class. 395, I think. Out of the 1,792 kids in my high school, there's only 300 in senior class.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow.
Almost 1,800 kids in my high school.
It just seems like the popular thing now to, I'm gonna drop out of school, I'm gonna go do my own thing. Like, what? Okay, just throw away your future. Fine, that's a good idea.
Um, back in freshman year when I first got into high school, I was actually at risk for dropping out because of my attendance in 8th grade. I've never liked... Alright, so let me rephrase this. I've liked going to school, but... I don't know, I always like staying out, and so like I didn't go when I didn't want to go. And so I had like
Yeah.
40 missed absences, like 40 missed days, 8th grade year. And they were like, oh, you're at risk for dropping out, so they put me in this program called the YES program. And it's for kids who are potentially risking, or like, are at risk for dropping out. And my senior year now, my lowest grade was a B minus, which is like an 80, and don't plan on dropping out like with 3 months left to go.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Like, you're an idiot. There's some kids though who actually drop out, and that doesn't make any sense to me. Like there was a kid in my program who actually dropped out. Like, why?
It depends upon the person. Like, I can see how some people would want to do it in their situation, but
Yeah, but I mean, maybe for you, like for your city, it makes more sense. But the reason why kids drop out in my area isn't to go to work or to go to the military. It's to do drugs so they don't have to go to school. So they have no
yeah,
responsibility.
and that's just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
And that's why I don't like my city, and I can't get along with it. I have a few friends because they're the same. They're the same way. They don't do drugs, and I try to align myself with people who aren't gonna set themselves up for failure. That's the best way of putting it.
There's part of me that feels really bad for the people who get caught up in doing drugs because they just it's because of how they were raised and the circumstances they were in that they got started, and I feel really bad for some of them.
Yeah, but then again, like I try to feel sympathy, but then when you keep doing it, like I can understand if you do drugs and you try to quit and like you actually make a difference to try and quit, but when you don't, like you're not contributing anything.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't say that. It doesn't matter if you were brought up like if your parents did drugs, like or if your parents are alcoholics. There's so many people who were brought up their parents are alcoholics and they're not alcoholics. Or their parents were drug addicts, but they're not drug addicts. I mean, I guess it's about like your moral compass too.
Yeah, some people just don't care about that. They don't care about whether or not they make a difference. They just, yeah.
And peer pressure, I guess too. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand how someone could just like not waste their life, but like waste their life. Like, granted, I haven't done anything, but I haven't done anything bad either. Like, I haven't done anything good, but I haven't done anything bad.
Well, a lot of people feel like their life is already gone, so they just don't worry about it.
Such a sad way to look at it. Like, I do drugs, so my
Hmm.
life's already gone. Like, no, you can change it.
Some people can, some people can't.
I
Some
feel like
people feel
anybody.
like they just don't have any way out.
Yeah, I feel like anybody could if they actually like put their mind to it. You know, it's all about your mental
Maybe.
state too. Like, if you don't
Yeah.
want to change and you try to change, nothing's gonna happen. But if you want to change, like people who smoke, like if you want to quit smoking, and you do it, you probably will, because you want to. Where if you don't, it's not gonna happen because you still want to smoke.
Unless you have an addictive personality, and then it might be difficult.
Hmm.
Again, it seems is it just me, or like as more and more in this day and age has there been people who like have weird like psychological little quirks
Hmm.
that make things more difficult. I think it's not necessarily that we have more of it, it's that we're learning to recognize what these things are.
Hmm.
And so now people kind of use it as an excuse, you know,
Uh.
like really it's just a hurdle
Hmm.
that they need to jump over.
Like I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense why kids in my school like you're 17, 18, 19 even, and those 17 years or those 18 years or those 19 years you've gone to school, but then you don't like it. Like, granted, I don't like my school, but I can't talk
Yeah.
bad about it either because it's a public education. I can't diss it
And,
because it has taught me all I've learned, you know.
hmm For me, like I have kind of a deep-rooted dislike for public school,
Yeah.
because my whole childhood was me being dragged by my ankles into a tiny little room where I stayed the whole day because I was in public school and I didn't know how to socially interact and or behave at the time. So I have bad memories of that.
I don't know. I've always had good, no one say memories, but I've always had good experiences with public school. Like, yeah, I guess you get more bullies. Like, I was bullied in 8th grade, 7th grade for being fat, but
I was
I don't
bullied my
care.
whole entire every day. And just
I,
you
I,
know,
I guess you just have to learn how to, like, block them out. That was, like, the
yeah,
biggest thing, like, 7th grade. Like, I just cared so much about what people thought of me and, like, what my image was of other people. And after 7th grade, I didn't care. And I still don't to this day. Like, you can hate me and call me
that's
fat, I
something
don't
that
care, whatever.
I still deal with. Is I care more than I should about things, and
I care
it's
whether you like me or not, but if you don't like me because of one set reason, like say my weight, like it makes no
that's silly.
sense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's silly.
like
Like
that's
there's
stupid.
silly things, but like I care about, say for instance, my reputation. Like if someone starts spreading lies about me and people
Oh
believe it,
yeah,
I get bothered.
yeah. I mean
Yeah,
that's
and like
fine.
I tend to over empathize. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I will like care too much about like someone else's problem, and then I'll like get nosy about it and stuff.
I think that's the
And
thing about me is like I try to help people and then it just ends up hurting me somehow. Like that's always like I've always tried to help people and be there for them, and then it just comes back around and hurts me somehow.
sometimes it ends up hurting the other person too. Like for me, like I try to help people a lot, so like that's just who I am. You
Hmm.
know, I don't like to
Hmm.
like leave people, and
Especially when you see
and
them there and they're struggling.
yeah, and like sometimes they don't want help. You know,
Hmm.
that's what I've learned. Like a lot of people just don't want it. That they like to. They'd rather just complain to you and then be left to let flounder.
Hmm.
And I'll cut to be told you need to get help.
Hmm.
She doesn't
But
want that.
then
And
like you, I guess that also like it's kind of like the thing. I don't. Did you hear about it in the news where it was the girl who I think she's from Connecticut and she had a terminal cancer that could be treated. They have or some kind of cancer that they have treatment for, and she refused it. And the doctors had I think they had to force her to take it.
wow.
Like she like her brain cancer was, or I don't know if it was brain cancer, but it was some kind of cancer, completely curable, and she didn't want it to be treated. She did not want to go through chemo or whatever it was.
It's kind of like me. Like I hate taking medication for things. I
Hmm.
cannot stand it. I avoid it at every chance. And that's probably why I have trouble sleeping, because I refuse to take sleeping pills and stuff like that. And yeah,
Mm.
it's weird. People are complicated,
Mm.
especially like Allie. Allie is a complicated individual, and it takes a lot of practice to try to get through to her.
That's
You
why
know?
I'm actually kind of glad I'm taking psychology. I mean, I don't want to be a psychologist. I just want to know how people think so I can get into their head.
Yeah, I'm interested in that too, but that's because like I analyze a lot of things, and I analyze like how I think and how other people think and do things. So like I have my own ideas as to what it works, but I'd like to hear what the actuality is, you know?
It's pretty cool. Granted, we're only a couple days in the semester, but
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting.
then again, it's our shitty school, but they do their best. I just don't understand. The one thing that, like, completely off topic, we put in a $20,000 gate to our back fields, which is like the soccer field, the track, and the football, or two soccer fields, a track, and like grass. All right, it's pretty big.
Hmm.
$20,000 gate, but yet our French textbooks are from 1989.
Wow.
Yeah, come on, $20,000 on a gate, which is brick and metal, but we
Some
can't
of
get
my
new
classes
textbooks.
that I get on discs are from the 90s.
A
Because
1989 French textbook. Kraken, they're still wearing leg warmers in the goddamn picture.
I know, but dude, like in the you got to remember this is like a super Baptist Christian school that I get my classes from. And so even though it's the 90s, their style is still way out of date. They look like they're from the 50s. It's ridiculous. Drives me crazy.
Hmm.
Lava, come on, water, update.
There we go. My dad was talking to me. But yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, I've always liked to see how people think. It's kind of weird because I feel like I'm invading their personal space, but then again, it's like it's only analyzing.
Yeah, that's the way I am. I like to, yeah.
I like to understand like how people come to decisions that they make. I
I
think
like
that's
to,
the real
yeah.
big thing for me.
Yeah, I need to understand. That's one thing about me is like when I talk to someone and they give me like a reason for something or why they like or tell me they like something, I want to know why do they like something.
Mm,
And it annoys people because people don't care about that usually. They just, oh, I don't like that song. I'd ask why, and they'd be like, screw you.
exactly.
Yeah.
What else could we
Oh,
rant
interesting.
about?
I don't know, man.
uh, we got psychology out of the way. Well, how people think.
Ki-
We got
Kinda.
yeah.
Go on about that for a long time,
Yeah,
really.
we could. Hmm.
Oh,
What
you might
else?
want to cut that part out about Allie, because I don't.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Probably scrap out that
See.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just so odd. Like
Yeah.
if I go to someone and I'm like, here are all my problems. I want help. Like, I'm not going to you just to like be another set of ears.
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
going to you because I'm out of options and because I need
and
help.
some.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
and that's the thing. Some people do that because it helps them cope to talk about it, you know? Like that's the way I am, but you know, I will talk to people um, because I need help coping with it and I just need to get something out, you know?
I am one of those type of people though who if I have something wrong with me, I do not talk about it. I keep it to myself, and when I'm not in a Skype call, I put I've always had this thing of like I put on a false sense of happiness when I'm around
I
people.
I I can't do that. I can't
It's
I'm not
so
good
it's
at
so it
people.
comes natural to me though. That's a weird thing. It comes
Yeah.
natural. Like ever since I don't even know when it started. As long as I can remember, I've put on false happiness, and then like when when I'm alone, I just think, and thinking is my biggest nemesis because I think way too much.
Yes, that's exactly my thing.
I think
Except
way too much. Like the
the way I
smallest
deal with
thing.
that, I know
Sometimes it's
exactly what
bad
you're talking
though.
about.
For me, it's bad. I don't
Yes,
like thinking.
yes,
I don't
dude,
know.
dude, that's it's
Thinking's good,
I
but about the right things.
mm-hmm. It's literally there's a name for it, and I have it. It's called well, probably have it. It's called rumination.
Rumination.
And it's where you think and think and think about something over and over and over again, and and it just keeps coming back and bothering you,
Yeah.
and it has to do with depression partially. It helps make depression worse. Um, and that's I actually have that most likely.
I don't know if I have it.
Um,
I probably would.
like that's part of the reason why I analyze so much is because if I like say I like something or I'm into something or something like that, I just circular thinking over and over and over again about
Mm.
it.
I think
And
about
like
like. All right, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say it could also be an OCD thing because like it could be there's some people have said rumination, other people have said OCD because they say I can't get away from a thought without a sense of closure on it. And I think that's probably the biggest truth is I need closure in my thoughts and ideas.
I'd say mine's closer to depression because I don't really need closure. I just think about it way too much.
Yeah.
Like way too much.
That's why I like talk to people about
Mm.
things is because then I get a little bit of closure feeling and I
Yeah,
can
but
kind of move on.
I don't know. Talking to people about my problems just feels odd. Like you have your own problems. I have my own. You know, like I feel like I'm.
Yeah.
It's a burden for them. Like no, I don't want you to deal with my
See that's
problems.
the
It's
thing is
mine.
that it is a burden for them a lot of times. And that's part of the thing. And you have to choose who you talk to too. Like some I would never tell some people. Like for instance, I don't trust and this is kind of going to sound bad, but I don't trust guys. I don't talk to men or or boys or anything about my problems. I
I
just don't
wouldn't talk
trust
to
them.
anyone. I
And
don't know. I just feel like.
well, you're a more private person,
Mm,
you know?
I just feel like it's not your. It's gonna sound like snobby, but it's not your business. It's not like.
Well, yeah,
I don't mean
of
to
course
sound
it's
snobby, but like
no, it's the
it's my
truth.
problem. I need to
It's the
find a way
truth.
to deal with it.
You're right. It's the truth. It is no one else's business but yours.
Yeah.
And if you're not comfortable sharing something like that, then you shouldn't. It's just the way it is, you know? Because that's just
Mm,
going to make it worse for you.
mm. I actually found a. On a happier note, I actually found a really nice area to build.
Should I leave some of this out? Like,
Yeah, I'm no, I don't care. Leave the stuff in about me. I don't care.
all
Right
right.
on. No, I don't care. Ugh. Yeah, I don't
'Cause, I mean, it's an interesting conversation. I just
know.
didn't know
Yeah,
if
look it in.
that-
Oh, I have to cut out the thing about Ellie though.
oh yeah, I'll cut out. I edit everything.
Yeah. I don't.
I like.
I'll probably just remove that segment. Ah, no, that's too big of a segment. All right, whatever. I'll learn how to edit.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
It makes the video more fast paced. Like I leave in most of it, but I like to get rid of the boring parts where nothing's going on.
Yeah, I always. I don't know. It's odd. It's odd talking about other people. Like, I can never sit down at like a psychologist and be like, "These are all my problems." Like,
Yeah.
I'm not paying them to figure out my problems. Like, I don't know. It's always been odd. Like when people talk about their problems. Like, I try to help people, but then again, I would never tell anyone. Like, I will help you if you tell me your problem. You confide in me. I will help you. But I cannot. It's not that I can't confide in you. I just can't.
Yeah,
I can't put it
it's who
into
you are.
words. It makes me feel really bad if I put a burden on you to help me solve my problems. Like, I don't know. I'm just odd. I'm an
No,
odd person.
I understand. I understand, dude. It's just I
Like
really do.
anyone. I don't know. I can never go up to my parents and be like, you know what? I'm really sad.
Hmm.
It's like, oh, it's that goddamn internet. Like, no, no, I'll keep it to myself, and hey, maybe someday it'll get better.
That's what my parents would do.
Exactly. They'd be like,
I
"Oh,
tried to
it's the internet."
I tried to talk to them about it once, and they just argued with me.
Yeah, I hate when parents argue. It doesn't make any sense. Like I hate when they argue about things that I know I'm right on and they know they're wrong on. Like my
Hmm.
dad's like, it's like, oh, you've been spending too much time on the internet. He's like, I know it's what you love. He's like, but you can't. He's like, you can't spend that much time on it. I'm like, why not? Why not? I do everything you ask me to, and this is my enjoyment. This is how I have fun. Other kids can go and do drugs for fun. That's perfectly fine. I enjoy being on the internet.
For me, it's more the interaction. Like I being on the internet, like I enjoy that, but like after a while, I need to like talk to someone
No,
because
I don't.
most of my time like it's spent not talking to people, which is fine for me because technically I'm introverted, but I need like I still need to talk to someone at some point. It's yeah.
I I could go unless I know them really well in real life. Like Dakota, someone like Dakota. Like I could go. Like I'd probably say a week or two without talking to people. Real life people.
Yeah.
Because that it comes back into my city thing. There's barely anyone I trust in my city.
Well, yeah, for me too. Like biggest friends are people on the internet. I trust a
Mm,
lot of you guys more than I trust people I know in real life, just because I've talked to you guys more. I have a chance to talk to you guys more,
mm,
and you guys just are better.
mm. I hate that. There's also another thing. Like this is probably a really big thing about me. I use the internet to escape my real life. That's
Yeah.
deep. That is deep, but it is
Hmm.
true. I
Thing
don't
for
hate my
me,
life. I hate my situation in life
yeah.
because I am stuck here in this city. If I can't wait till I graduate college. I am moving. I am going places. I am not staying in this fucking city. It's driving me insane.
Hmm.
Like that's how bad it is.
Good.
Like you might like it.
You have a drive to do something with yourself, and that's
Yeah.
good.
It makes me so mad when I just sit like see people in the city who've lived here for years and years and years. It's like, what are you doing? You've done nothing.
Dude,
You
be
don't
proud
want to
of your
go
drive,
places.
man.
I want to go to France. So fucking. I want to go to Paris. Like, if someone's like, "Hey, I have a plane ticket to Paris right now," I'd pack my bags in 10 minutes.
Be proud of your drive, man. I'm serious. That's a
Ugh.
big deal. Because some people just can't. They don't have that.
I want to do things, and things are so like there's nothing in the city. Like I cannot do a single thing in the city. Granted, I probably wouldn't be able to do a single thing in Paris, but at least it's a big city. There's opportunities, man. There's no
Hmm.
opportunities here unless you want to become a drug dealer. That's a sad truth.
Yeah.
I don't know how it is in your city. Like I don't know if there's any big like companies in your city, but nothing here.
Well, around here, like the closest biggest big city in quotation marks is 2 hours away. We've got a bunch of small towns, and it's hard for even one small business to get up and going in there. And it
Mm,
tends to be like, I guess you could say the driving force in those towns would be maybe one business, or maybe probably the church or something that's there. That's usually the way it works. And the church is the one that will like they'll go out and do the charity work, and they'll help people, and it's not like companies or cities where it's different. You know what I
mm.
mean?
See, that's the thing. I guess where I'm a little bit more fortunate is because it's actually a city. It's not a town. We have a lot of I wouldn't say big companies, but we have a lot of companies here, and I mean
It's
it's
actually getting good for us because there's like some kind of medicine company coming in, and they're going to have their export thing here.
mm,
I don't know. And we got like an Amazon something or another where they get all the packages, and then they send them out to places near here. It's really close by. So we have a few forms of stuff, but most of it's in Louisville, which is like a while away.
mm. I'd say the closest biggest city I'm to is Boston, 40 minutes away. Amazing city. I absolutely love going to Boston. My dad, we were talking the other day, picked him up from school, and I'm like, man, I can't wait for PAX East.
How close are you to North Attleboro?
I am probably I'd maybe see 50 minutes because it's on the other side of Boston. Maybe 50 minutes to an hour. It's not that long. Um, and my dad's like, I'm like, I can't wait to go to PAX East. He's like, why? I'm like, 'cause it's Boston. I'm like, I love Boston. It's a big city.
I mean, I've been to Boston. It's an awesome place.
I love
Like the
Boston.
people.
And that's another thing about me. I love architecture. Like if I don't get into electronics, I'm going into architecture.
I noticed because you followed those architecture
Yes, I absolutely
stuff.
love those accounts on Instagram. I love
The
following
thing is,
those.
for me, like I followed them for a while, but all they post is like modern stuff, and I'm in more like
Oh yeah,
different
I
stuff.
am I am ultra into modern, like new, modern, like ultra weird shapes and
Hmm.
designs. Yes, yes,
For me,
please.
it's too clean. It's too clean. I want it to look and feel at home. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like I want it to be modern, but I want it to be like a retro modern, like a 70s feel. Like I love 70s architecture because it feels so familiar, like a living space. You know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Yep.
Most I don't know.
No, I agree with you, but I'm more of a like 2000s now modern,
Yeah.
like these really rich billionaires who just have tons of money and they just like build me the best house you can, and then you see all those amazing posts on it. It's
Hmm.
like that's my dream house. Like I want to live there.
I've always one of my aspirations is to build my own house because that's something that my it's kind of a generational thing. It's what happens. It what hap my grandparents built their own house, and then my parents built their own house, and so I want to do it too. I want to build my own house to live in. You know what I mean? No, I
Hmm.
mean not like build myself, but like design and you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Pay for. I don't want to just live in like some faceless mirror house just like the other guy next door. You know what I mean?
I definitely want to live like that's one of my goals is to live in a modern house. Like,
That'd be awesome.
hmm.
If you ever see any architecture that's like what I'm talking about, like a 70s modern thing, but like it feels like an old 70s house with like the split level type
Hmm.
stuff and but like kind of a modern feel to it,
Hmm.
um, and new, then seriously, like send a link.
Yeah.
I want to see it. I want to get ideas.
Hmm. Yeah. I always like that's one of my. Yeah. I want to. If like I said, if I don't become a computer, I'm gonna be total nerd. Like I'm going like computer networking and computer uh engineering. I'm going straight up nerd. And then if I don't
Yeah,
do that, fallback job is definitely architect. Definitely. The only thing
that'd
that
be
sucks
awesome.
about architect would be the math because I am absolutely horrible at math.
Yeah, that's why I'm not pursuing that because I just
I would do it though. I do it.
I don't like the I don't know. I've got a thing about cost benefit analysis. There's just a point where it's not worth it to me, and it's a little bit more early than it is for most people. And I like, for instance, I'm gonna do everything I can to get into a tech school instead of a college, so that I don't have to go through the core courses, because I just can't stand the core courses. I
Hmm.
hate them.
I was
And
in.
like,
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say that, but like, I want to somehow study all these different subjects, but I just want to avoid core courses, and I don't think it's possible.
See, that's one cool thing about. That's the one good thing I can honestly say about my high school is that we had a program called the Early College Program, and we have a community college called NECO, Northern Essex Community College. I forget what the O stands for. It's NECC, and you could take a course at the high school during high school hours, but you got college credits for it, and it was a college level course. So,
Wow.
college course, but it was taught. The instructors came to the high school, but
Dang,
it was
that's so cool.
$650 per class for the year.
Oh, that's a
Yeah.
lot,
Mm. I was in it
but it's
for
still cool.
yeah. It's wicked cool. I went from remember I was telling you earlier about the Yes program. I went from the Yes program, which is the worst program in the school, to the early college in 1 year. I went from the worst program to the first, and then
Definitely improvement.
I had it half a junior year, and then they kicked me out because my attendance still is still bad. Like it still was bad all through high school. It still is. Well, no, I live with my dad now, so he doesn't let me skip school as much. But they kicked me out because of my attendance, and so I'm back into regular classes, but they're all honors level. except for my English, which kind of pisses me off. So I kind of, I don't know, I kind of blew it. I had a great opportunity and I blew it.
I know the feel. Like for me, it feels like my whole young childhood is completely wasted because of, like I said before, about being like dragged off by
Hmm.
the ankle and stuff.
Hmm.
I had no friends. I didn't know how to socialize or do any of that, and I feel like I have lost the chance to be a kid, and it it pisses me off.
I mean, I remember being a kid, and I don't know, I kind of like being I don't even call myself an adult, but I like having responsibility. Like, I don't like, I just like having a driving force behind me, you know? Like, to
Yeah.
do something. Like, it's my responsibility to do that. I like that. I don't, it just feels odd to me if I don't have that. I
For
don't know.
me, I need time to do things like be creative. That's very important to me. Is I need creative time. And with all the school and life just nipping at my freaking heels all the time, telling me that decisions and important things are coming up, and get a driver's license, choose a college, all this stuff is like I don't have any time to be creative and
Hmm.
express, and that really bothers me.
I, I just can't wait until these 4 years are up and I can do whatever I want.
Hmm.
That's my next, like, so no, I'm graduating in May.
I don't have I don't have the patience for that, man.
And then I'm gonna go to the community college for 2 years. I'm gonna transfer out to an actual college for 2 or 4 years, and then by then I'll be 21
Yeah.
because I'm gonna be 17 when I graduate because I am the youngest kid in my grade, second youngest kid in my grade. Since my birthday is in August, I am still 17, and I am going places. I don't care. I don't care how much money it costs. I'm going to France, and nobody can tell me that I can't.
I think you can do it.
I
You got
want to.
this.
I don't want to. I don't care fucking care how much money it costs. I want to go there. No,
You're doing it. You're
like
you're doing
my
it,
dad
man.
or my mom can't be like, no, you can't go.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I'm not seven. I'm not 7 anymore. I'm not 11. I'm 21. Like, you can't tell me what
Hmm.
to do. I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that autonomy of me being able to rule myself.
Hmm.
That's the amazing thing. That's what I can't wait for.
In a way, I've kind of gotten that a little bit
Mm.
already
I.
because like I'm a total nerd and I do like Boy Scouts and stuff, and
Mm.
like I get I get in a lot of leadership positions because of that. So like literally right now I am what's called the senior patrol leader, and that's pretty much I'm in charge of planning the meetings, planning what goes on, everything, you know,
Mm.
with the troop. And I mean, there's adults that are in charge to make sure we don't mess up, but and do something that's like really bad. But like for the most part, we have the independence to do whatever we want with our troop as
Mm.
the boys. So like if I said next meeting we're gonna go to the frickin' Blue River and kayak it, we could.
Yeah,
You
I was
know?
never. I don't know. I have never been in that situation. I like being a leader, but I've never been in that, like, that outdoorsy. Like, I like to make decisions, especially critical decisions. I like making decisions. It makes me. Oh, okay, I'm in lava. Okay, nope, nope, nope.
Good job.
Uh, the way the friggin' ravine is, like, came up on my water thing, and there was lava there. But
Uh,
I didn't die. It's alright. I like making decisions. I don't know about you, but I like making decisions for myself. Like, I like choosing every day to wake up and not being peer pressured into doing something that would harm me or ruin my life.
yeah.
Like, I like the idea of me being able to be like, hey, you want to try this drug? No, no.
Hmm.
You can ruin your life. I have better things to do.
You
So
should
many
be proud of
kids.
that.
There's so many
I
kids
think
in
you are
my
proud of that.
school have like they're like, oh yeah, like we're going to this party so we can drink. Like, all right, what is that gonna do? Nothing. They're gonna and then someone will post pictures of Facebook, and guess what? When they go to get a job in say 2, 3, 4 years, they're gonna look back because they all have a search engine that just goes through Facebook and all social media to find pictures or posts relating to you. They find out like they find a picture of you freaking stone drunk with like your body hanging out. They're not gonna hire you
Yeah,
at all.
absolutely.
So you're ruining your chances. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. Like this is the golden
It's just
opportunity of your life to mold your future, and you don't do anything. It's like the best way I can describe it is life is giving you clay, and you're sitting at the chair, like like the wielding, like the sculpting chair,
hmm
and the kids in my school are just like nah, and they're walking away.
they're pounding their fist in and going, "Haha, it's squishy." That's
Like
what they're doing.
you can mold that in to anything you wanted.
Make a sculpture.
Exactly.
Make
You
it
can make it anything you wanted, and you don't do it. I don't know. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me.
stupid.
People are very
It's
stupid.
that simple. People do the little escapism thing, and they lose touch to reality, and they forget, or
I
they
think
try to forget
I think
even.
that's why they do it. Like they don't want to face like reality anymore. Like they don't want to make that crucial decision so that they choose to get high or do drugs or get
There's a
drunk.
lot of cold hard truths that people just completely ignore, and they will just ignore it, and they will lie to themselves, and they will lie to everyone else, just so that they don't have to face the truth. And it's what people do. It's what people's brains are programmed to do. It's what they've been taught since they were really young.
I like facing the
It,
truth. I don't know. Maybe it's just a me thing.
so do I. I don't like escapism because I can't deal with that. That doesn't help me. Like that's part of the reason I listen to the dark heavy music I do is because it helps me to confront my problems because of the themes. It helps me to confront the whatever's going on
I
and instead of running from it.
I absolutely like why 21 Pilots is my favorite band is because they got that poppy feel and like it's they have a really nice blend of music. It's like got that
Yeah,
poppy
Poppy
feel,
Fielko.
but it's got like I wouldn't say heavy, but it's definitely not like Katy Perry pop. It's
Yeah,
definitely got
it's
a
not
darker
cold.
side. The lyrics
It's
mean
good,
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one thing I absolutely love about them and why they will be my favorite band is their lyrics mean so much. Like you listen to the song, you're like, "Oh, what did that lyric say?" You go and look it up and then you see the whole thing in words and it's like, "Oh my god."
Mm-hmm.
Like that
I like
means
the
something.
lyrics of I like the lyrics of a lot of the Death Cab for Cutie songs. They just I don't know. Have you ever heard of that band?
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever listened to their like I've heard of the band, but I could probably
Like,
recognize a song, but I wouldn't know the name of them.
well, they're like the lyrics are really simple, but then you read them and you realize that there's like double meanings and
Yeah.
like it's actually got like a deep thing going on. Like there's this one song where it paints this picture of this just rain coming down and filling up oceans, and then all of a sudden these two people who um, loved each other are all of a sudden like on two separate continents, and it's talking about a long distance relationship and how it's just difficult to deal with, right? And then like you realize after listening to it for like a third, fifth time that the way he describes rain and the way he describes the rain filling up and creating the ocean that's between them, he's describing crying and
Mm,
them crying over this situation. And it just is like just whoa, I don't know.
mm. No, I get you. I
But
always
my
like
favorite band is Little Tybee, so.
I always like that deeper meaning.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've always, and I probably always will. Like that's why I can't wait for 21 Pilots to come back to Boston. Like that's the one thing. That's that though. Then again,
Dole,
Dolph, Dolph,
Dole,
you know,
Dole.
um, that's one thing I can't complain of. Complain, complain of. Yeah, I don't know why. That sounded odd to me. Like in my head, that sounded wrong. I don't know. Is my city is really close to a bigger city, and not like 2 hours late. It's like 40 minutes away, 45 minute drive, maybe an hour
Yeah.
if there's traffic. So like anytime I want, I could just go to Boston.
See, that's the thing is when you live out in the country, it makes no difference. You have to drive a long time to get anywhere, and you're just used to it. You just drive places, It's just what you do. You'll drive along the highway for a long time to get anywhere, and it's just how things are,
I
You're
am
used to.
not. I am not a country person. Like big city definitely. I don't like small town. I like having fast internet. I like having people around me. But then again, it's kind of like GGTT. Like I like having people around me, knowing that I can talk to them at any time, but me doing my own thing.
Hmm.
Like that's one
For
thing
me,
about me.
like
I love being not. I'd say I like being alone, but I don't to a point.
I hate the country because it's you have to, nothing's convenient, and it's the internet's slow and stuff like that. But at the same time, the people are so much better out here in the country than they are, and I just can't stand a lot of the people in the city.
Yeah, but then
And
like if all right, then continue.
Boston's one exception because I've been to Boston, and everyone there, for the most part, was actually really cool. But
Hmm.
which
All right. Are you still there? All right. Technical difficulties. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And I think the call just dropped. Wait. Yep, there's a problem with the call. Alright. So, how you guys doing? Yep, I think his internet cut out. So yeah, yeah, I don't know. I just don't like, I like being alone, but then, again, to a point, I like having people around me. Like, I found this random house. Whose house is this? Don't know whose house this is. Well, they were online recently. Yep, man, there's a call going out. Yeah, Kraken. I really like Kraken. He has a kind of thinks the same way as me. Kind of. We both have that analytical type of thinking, and the deeper we try to look for the deeper meaning in things, which sometimes is bad. But then again, what isn't bad for you these days? Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I like having people around me, but then again, I don't like people. I like having people around, but then again, I like doing my own thing. Hey, that's one. I wouldn't say I'm a loner, but I like not being forced to do a certain thing or like doing it my own way. Well, since Kraken's internet is probably out, I'm gonna have to end this here, guys. I'll see you guys next episode.